Namaskar. I'm very glad to be here. I saw you last year in India, and I'm very happy to see you again. My question is about chronic disturb. Is it disappear in the process of surrendering? In my case, is thyroid, autoimmunity of my system doesn't function very well, and in process of surrendering, is it possible that that illnesses disappear or disappear? Thank you.
The very word autoimmune is in itself very nebulous. No one really knows what it is or why it's caused, which is why it's just called autoimmune condition, because there is not enough knowledge as yet about these conditions. And it's also because they are complex conditions. Continue your course of treatment, whether it is an allopathic treatment or a Ayurvedic treatment, whichever treatment you have decided to take. That is one road that you take, and then you take the parallel road. It's like two tracks, For sure, the processes of surrendering, in the sense of focusing on and really, really trying to listen in to the impulse of the truth. It is a material impulse. It's not a conceptual idea. It's an actual material impulse of the center of the system, coming from the truth of the system, the soul. And if you find it difficult to grasp or feel the feel of soul, you can simply feel the center of the being, the truth source of this being. When you tune into that truth source and you're moving with the impulse of the truth, not listening to the egos insisting, demanding, and clamoring and pushing through sort of loud voice, but to this quiet, almost imperceptible impulse of the truth, you create an atmosphere of quiet in the very materiality of your system, and there is a cessation of disturbances that are caused by all the thoughts that take over the system, the fears, the desires, the pushings, the wantings, the hopings, the yearnings. All of that sort of quiets down, and the center of peace expands outward. It doesn't only concern the conceptual part of your being. It doesn't concern only the thought bodies. It concerns your emotional being, the emotional awareness. It concerns also the transformative awareness of the system, the transformative consciousness, that part of the being that is responsible for creativity. That chakra, that layer of consciousness, it concerns that as well. This quiet extends from the conceptual outward. So it extends from the conceptual into the transformative. It extends into the unity consciousness states, quieting everything down, creating the possibility of unity consciousness. It expands into the pluriform states, which creates the ability for these areas of the being, these chakras, to open up so that the consciousness expands into a state where it also grasps that there is a past, there is a future, and it's able to see it, trikala drishti, the ability to know in this moment that which was and that which will be. And it also moves downward into the emotional part of the being, quieting that down. and into the very materiality of the being, quieting the disturbance surrounding the actual cells of the body. Because all these thoughts, all these disturbances, all these fears, all of these are actual material vibrations. They are electromagnetic material vibrations that take up space, that have a materiality to them. So obviously, when everything is quietened down in that state of surrender, actually going with the impulse of truth, the materiality of the body is also quietening down. And when it quiets down, it also strengthens up. And when you speak about autoimmune conditions, these are conditions that arise in a system which is disturbed. And one way to quiet that system, naturally you take the medical route, you take whichever treatments that speak to you. That is a choice of each one. But there is this other thing which certainly contributes a lot to the system strengthening up. And that is this state of surrender, because it expands outward. It starts with the conceptual. The mind is quieting down, the thoughts and so on. And the conceptual noise is quietened down in that surrender state. But then it moves into the actual emotional body, where the emotions take up space and create their waves. It quiets down these waves. And then it moves into the materiality, and it quiets down the very matter of this system. And that results in a change, where the system, where the body, where the cells of the body are, one can say, living more in the truth. And why would this not impact such a condition? It can only make it better. It can't make it worse, because there's more quiet in the system. There's more solidity. There's more presence. There's more peace, So, yeah, it's something quite amazing. You'll see it as you take up the practice and actually do it. You'll feel that strengthening of the system. And I don't see any reason why it should continue then. Each one, of course, undertakes these practices differently, and these are self-realization practices. But I don't see how that can't impact the actual solidity, strength, health, and vitality of the materiality of the body. Yeah. So just, move into that state as much as possible. This moment, here, now, feeling the center of the being, the quiet, the source of truth. Feeling it, being in surrender, just being there in surrender, And this is not a practice to sit in a corner and do. It's a practice for daily, active, very, very present life. In the office, at school, at home, on the street, walking from here to there. Bring yourself to this moment. Now, here, presence. It's about being present also. Being present brings you into a state of presence, the surrendered state. Because it's this quietness. And it's not like you're saying, oh, I have this illness, now I have to detach from it and let the illness do whatever it wants. I will be in amness or presenceness. No, it's not that. It is, this thing is transforming because I'm aware of it. I'm here, I'm now. I'm not allowing the fear to take over. I'm present, I'm aware. I'm in a surrendered state as an instrument of this truth impulse. It's an instrument. I'm an instrument. Because this body is always in action. But from where is the action arising? More and more it arises from that truth impulse, and less from the ego's joltings and pushings and maneuverings and manipulatings and puppetry. And in that quiet and in that state of sovereign presentness, the system strengthens up. The thisness becomes even more this, even stronger, and health improves.